Welcome to this episode of Deer Talk Now, and welcome to spring in Minnesota. But actually today we're going to take a slight pause from deer hunting because it is spring, and if you're like me, you've got nothing but turkeys on your brain. So those food plots, hunting for antlers, postseason scouting, that can all go on the back burner for now. So at least for this episode, let's just call this Turkey Talk Now. Double plated.
Good job, sis. Got him down.
We've all had that hung up gobbler. You know the guy, stands back there in the woods 100 yards, maybe out in the field. He gobbles and gobbles and gobbles, but he just won't come into your calls. You might sit there for an hour and he just keeps gobbling but won't come in. You know, you've got about 3 options that I can think of. The first one is just to stay put. And I do that a lot of times. If I've got a turkey that's hung up, I might just plop myself down and sit there for an hour. And what I'll do is I'll quit calling. What I want to do is I want to get that bird frustrated. I want him thinking about where that hen is and where she might have gone. And a lot of times they'll come in, they'll come sneaking in. And sneaking is the key word here. When he stops gobbling, I assume he's either coming my direction or he's walking off. So it's time to get ready. The second option is to get up and leave, to make a move. A lot of times if you can just move 50 yards, 100 yards, come at that bird from a different angle, it's just enough to get him fired up and get him moving. So if the terrain allows, obviously you don't want that bird to spot you, you can just start circling a little bit because you don't know. There might be something between you and that tom that's stopping him from coming. So if you move a little bit, maybe you get a better angle and he's going to come to you. Sometimes your best option is just to back out of the situation. It doesn't do you any good to sit here for hours arguing with this bird. A lot of times I'll just pack it up, get out of here, go try to find another more receptive bird. Now I might come back 2 hours later. A lot of times if you come back later, that bird's going to have a whole different attitude. But at least for now, I'm going to back out.
You know, I've known about the dangers for ticks for years, even decades, but I never was really serious about preventing ticks from getting on me while I went bow hunting. Yeah, sometimes I'd spray down, sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I'd tuck my pant legs in, sometimes I wouldn't. I didn't get really serious until I got bit by a tick about 10 years ago. And it kind of scared me. I didn't get Lyme disease, but I got pretty sick from it, and I was out of work for about a week. After that, I said, you know what, just isn't worth it. It's not worth getting a disease by just walking through the woods. That's when I found out about a limit tick clothing from Game Hide, and let me tell you, it's a real game changer. Here are some things you should know about a limit tick clothing. Number 1, the repellent is fused to the fabric. A limit tick uses scent shield technology, and the active ingredient is the repellent that's bonded to the fabric fibers. This makes it especially useful for bow hunters because the repellent lasts within the clothing for up to 70 washings. That's going to be several years for even the most avid bow hunter. Number 2, ticks absolutely hate it. They will literally do somersaults to get off of your clothing once they're on you. It's the repellent within the fabric that keeps ticks off. Number 3, again, it's long lasting. Because the active ingredient is so tightly bonded to the fabric fibers, it lasts the expected life expectancy of the product. Number 4, and very important to any whitetail bow hunter, is it's odorless. A limit tick will not alarm whitetails. Number 5, it not only repels ticks, it also repels chiggers, mosquitoes, flies, and no-see-ums. That's huge, especially for early season bow hunting. And lastly, a limit tick clothing is easy to care for. Treat it how you would any other bow hunting garment, and you're going to be set to go. If you get it very soiled, wash it. Otherwise, wash it once, maybe twice during the season if you get all sweaty in it. That's it. It's as simple as that. For more information on this clothing and more from Gamehide, go to gamehide.com.